there are some incredible videos out there already that kind of demonstrate the best way to play this game. So I'm just going to be a quick resource, kind of go over the tools in this little salad of ingredients and explain the game really simply. So you have the disaster track, which every time it reaches the end will trigger something bad, and I'll explain how that works. You have your player card, standard, or the backside is the individual. The difference is the starting resources, and you'll place your resources here, including all the tools that you can get, which are over there, here, and you got the cattle, you have money. Here's more tools or resources if you want to call it. The point tracker, the characters, where you place the dice when you roll the dice, which are going to be in this here bag, depending on how many players there are, and some of the ways you can get victory points. So this is what the setup kind of looks like. There's better videos for it, once again. And I'm just going to be giving you one quick demo of what one round looks like. So you're taking one dice for yourself plus one for every player in the game. And I'm just going to show you with 4. You roll them like this. Like I pull these out of the bag and roll them. And then I place them where they show. Okay, so it looks like we have 2 wood resources, a cow resource, and a wild. So what I'm going to be doing is taking a dice. Let's say, okay, 2 gold tokens for 3 favors at the end of the end of the round, which is when all the dice in this bag have been used, or 1 cattle, 3 silver, 1 equipment. Well, I have 0 equipment yet. I have a cattle, and I also have I have 3 silver at the moment. So I do want to work on getting that equipment. In fact, maybe I'll do that right now. So I'm going to draw a dice and place this in its location over here. Now I could choose one of the following from here. I can choose to take $1. I could use its wild ability, or I can take the person that is in that slot. And he's going to give me 1 silver for each townfolk I have immediately. I don't really want that. I kind of want one of these here tools. So I got the pan tool. Not only do you get 1 gold for the trigger, but every time that that symbol is triggered, I'm also going to get more gold coming from the gold bag over here. So I'm going to put this in my slot. Now, you could always increase the size of your wagon. Right now I have a large wagon, so I could place 2 here, 2 here, and then 1 of each thing here. So only these 2 really stack most of the time, but you can get a large wagon, you can get a smaller wagon, and this is where you collect all your resources. The only thing that doesn't need to be in there are the cows and the money. Okay, so I did that. And why I took the equipment was because I used it as a wild. So I chose to use it as an equipment. Okay, so now another player goes. He's like, all right, I'm gonna get some wood. So he grabs a wood from he grabs wood for his resources. And then this person goes and like, well, I'm actually just gonna get 5 coins. So 5 coins go to them. And this is a 3-player game, for example. And why I say that is because there's 1 left. Now, when 1 is left behind, that is what's going to trigger the disaster track to move forward. So now you got a little bit of a balance here. Do I want to take a dice when it's rolled? Like, so let's say we go into the round here, right? And we roll. All right, perfect. So now they're all re-rolled out. And now you have to ask yourself, like, obviously, this is fine. There's no blue out, so you don't have to worry about this. But, the storms are going to be breaking your wagons, and the raids are going to be removing your money. Or the famine's going to kill off the cows, and the disease is going to kill your townsfolk. So, like, whichever dice is left behind is going to make this move forward. And there's the black dice is actually going to move them all forward 1. So you really have to, like, balance, like, what's important to you at that time, something that's long for the longevity or for the short term. So that's how the game literally just goes. You just draw and decide what you want. Next player goes and they decide what they want. Cow, so they'll grab a cow and put it in their slot. They'll go and they'll do their thing, and he'll take that, and this will keep it in the greens left behind, so this will move forward. And you literally do this for 4 turns. And after all the dice are depleted for a 3-player game, you check, so do I get any favors for these? Okay, cool. So I'll grab from the favor deck, which are victory points at the end of the game. check this. Okay, so these are all fine. Like nothing has triggered. Which, I mean, once they trigger, you have to do it. But I'm just saying, like, just check everything. Just make sure to look over. All right, so you take all your dice, put them back in the bag, and you restart. And that literally keeps going for 4 turns. And at the end of the 4th round, you'll see, like, based off some of the, like, quick VPs you get from the instance or whatever, you might be, like, you know, here or something. And at the end of the game, you'll start calculating points. Either victory points based off the gold nuggets you receive, because each gold nugget is 1 victory point. There's 1s and 2s in there. You'll get 2 victory points for each favor you own. The townsfolk will also give you victory points at the end. And of course you'll lose victory points for like damaged wagons. So realistically the game is pretty simple. Setup is kind of a pain, but you know, just replace these. Always roll. When you roll, the dice are going to be collected and used to do one of the following. And then the last dice is going to make the disaster move forward. Do it 4 times.
One issue I have with Pioneer Days and most salad-style point systems is the filler content. I mean, I feel it takes away from a game by creating an abundance of stuff. Gold feels slightly useless, and wagons I never really upgrade them. And a lot of the game is avoiding damage from the disasters that are inevitably going to happen, while also scoring points on the side. However, the gameplay is tight. The dice interaction is great. Each day is a juggle between items I need versus the damage from impending disasters. The components are fantastic as always with TMG games, and a lot of the variety gives the game a huge replay value. As far as, you know, what would you like to do in the game? Who would you like to hire? What's your direction for success? Low group versatility may not surprise you. This is not a title for new casual players, as there is far too much content to learn. If you're looking for a game that takes up about an hour because of upkeep and player turn process, buy it. For a high theme and medium strategy board game, it's solid. TMG publishes great content. Is it game changing? No.